Hello everyone and welcome to Mobility Academy. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in today's video I want to show you one of my favorite exercises to work on your hips flexibility, okay? All you need to do with this exercise is a bench, weight, and some yoga blocks as always, okay? But before I start showing you this amazing exercise, because it's really amazing, let me ask you to subscribe to the channel if you're new and turn on the notifications so you'll never miss one of my next videos, okay? With that said, let's start. Alright, so this exercise is called the squat opener, and it's a really good exercise to work on your hips flexibility, more in particular on your squat and pancake position. So to do the squat opener, you want to start in a squat on a bench. Make sure that you can stay comfortable in this squat position. If you can't stay in a squat position, try to place something under your heels, like a weight or something, and in this way you'll stay more comfortable in the stretch, like a little yoga block. This is too big, but the concept is like this, okay? You put something just under your heel, okay? So you stay with your toe on the bench and your heel on something, and you'll stay much more comfortable in the squat, okay? Just find the correct height for your flexibility. So I don't need them, but maybe like something like this, really thin, not like thick like that. Okay, so from this position here, you place some yoga blocks here, okay? And why this exercise is called the squat opener? Because you're going to stay in a squat and you're going to open the squat position, okay? So from this position here, you want to start with the weight like this, okay? And you want to drive the weight down. Now, depending on your level of flexibility, of course. Now, for my level of flexibility, it's more like this, okay? But you want to start from whichever height you want, okay, here on the blocks. So you start here and you drive the weight in between your legs, like this. Now you don't want to curve your spine, you want to keep your chest out and your butt back. So you want to push your butt back and keep your chest up right here, like out, really out. So you want to stay with your lower and middle back really straight, and from this position you want to start driving your knees out, really out, and you want to squeeze your glutes by doing that, okay? So I'm in an active position. I'm not in a passive position where I just stay here relaxed, okay? I want to stay in an active position where I use my muscles to stay in this squat position and stretch my muscles already here. So I want to drive my knees out, stay with my torso upright, straighten my lower and middle back, okay? I'm active here. Now, keeping this kind of activation on my lower back, so I want to stay with my torso really straight. I want to drive the weight down. I touch the blocks and I come back, okay? So I start with dynamic repetitions. I can do from 5 to 6 repetitions of that. I stay a couple of seconds in this position and I come back. I really want to make sure that I'm squeezing my glutes to push my knees out. And on the 6th, I want to stay in this position. Now, as you can see, from this position here, I have 2 main options. The first one is to just put the weight down. Okay, as you can see, there's no pressure here on my hands, so there's not the weight pulling my hands down. I'm just posing in this position, and so this is the first option, and here you can relax in the position, okay? You can work on your flexibility. As you can see, I'm relaxed in the position, but watch like what happens if I do something like that. I remove the block and I find like a depth where I can't touch the block with my weight. So in this position here, I'm going to stretch the position thanks to the weight, which is pulling me down, okay? Now the weight is pulling me down and there's nothing under the weight, so the weight is kind of pulling my torso completely down. what I want to do here is to push my knees out and to stretch all my legs and hips in this position here. Now I can stay here for 5 to 6 breaths because it's really hard to maintain. And then after that, I want to place the weight on something, relax my legs, relax my torso, relax my calves, my back, and just stay here. As you can see, I'm not like, the weight is not pulling me down. I'm resting on the weight. So as you can see, I'm putting my hands on the weight and I'm just resting here. And then after that, I can do another 5 breaths here, where I really push my knees out, I straighten my lower and middle back, and I let the weight pull me down. So 5 to 6 breaths. I really try to open as much as I can, and then I can pause another time. Okay, so this is the concept. Now you can repeat this concept here for 2 to 4 times. Okay, so you start with some dynamic repetitions just to warm up the movement, you know. So you warm up the squat position, you do 5 to 6 repetitions, and then the real exercise starts. Okay, so you stay in the second variation where you have the weight on your hands and you let the weight pull you down. Okay, so you go down with the weight and you really want to feel that the weight is pulling you down. You want to feel the muscles burning. You want to feel that you're driving your knees out. You want to feel that you have your lower and middle back completely straight, that you are arching your spine, you're pushing your butt back. That's what you want to feel. Okay, so you stay there. You spend there 5 to 6 breaths, and then you put the weight on the blocks. Okay, now you need to choose your height. Okay, it doesn't matter, just choose your height wherever you need to put the weight down and just pause there. Okay, you spend another 5 to 6 breaths there. You want really to make sure that you are completely relaxed. Okay, you're still in the stretch, but you're trying to relax in the stretch because there's not the weight which is pulling you down, forcing you to stay in that position with the strength and flexibility of your legs. Then after 5 to 6 breaths of the relaxed position, you take the weight and you go down another time and maybe another and another. So you repeat this cycle for 2 to 4 times. Okay, then you want always to end the cycle with the relaxed phase where you have the weight touching the block. So 5 to 6 breaths with the weight touching the blocks, and then you come out of the position and you're done. So this is the squat opener. Alright guys, so that's all for the squat opener, one of my favorite exercises to work on your hips flexibility and your adductors and hamstrings flexibility as well. Now I want to tell you a story. I was like with one of my first students, and I met him doing this exercise here, and as he was there trying to bring his torso down towards the floor, in between his legs, he said, okay, I feel like my squat is opening. And I thought to myself, man, this is the correct name for this exercise, the squat opener. I must call this exercise the squat opener. And it has been, for sure, a really good decision, you know. So with that said, with that little story said, I hope that everything is clear for this exercise. But if you give it a go, or maybe if you have any further questions about this exercise here, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the content, please make sure to hit that like button, okay? With that said, that's all from the Flexibility Guy, Coach Elia. Have a nice stretch and see you in the next video.